Good evening, everybody, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the original custodians, the Arakwal, the Bundjalung. I'm here tonight to introduce what I believe is a uniquely aligned project to fund and restore the Shire's waterways. Tonight, I would like to show you how Bird Lake can become the flagship project that turns commitment into action. Before we talk about Bird Lake, however, I'd like to show you where this story really begins. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Minahan. I'm the president of the Suffolk Park Community Association, a community representative on the Byron Shire's Floodplain Risk Management Advisory Committee, the FRMAC, and the custodian of this National Parks and Wildlife Wilderness Refuge. This very spot is the tip of the tail of Tallow Creek, a rare, largely untouched tributary that is my sacred place where I come to forest bathe for my nature therapy and to reconnect with the natural world. What many people don't realise is that this place is also the home to one of the purest groundwater sources in the Shire. Around 1895, Norco acquired an easement over this land, and for almost 80 years, until 1972, extracted this water because of its exceptional purity. It was used in butter production and to manufacture ice cubes. Even today, pristine groundwater still emerges naturally through this white crystal sand filter. Just 500 metres north sits Bird Lake, the headwaters of Tallow Creek system. Although it is a separate water body, it marks the beginning of the catchment that ultimately reaches Tallow Creek, Arakwal National Park, and the Cape Byron Marine Park. Everything is connected by water. Many people see Bird Lake as just a stormwater basin. It's much more than that. It's the headwaters of one of the Shire's most environmentally significant coastal catchments. Sitting here beside Bird Lake, it's easy to see why people love this place. It's one of Suffolk Park's natural assets in the very heart of our village, surrounded by wildlife and connected to a much bigger environmental system. But beneath the surface, Bird Lake is in trouble. Over many years, stormwater has carried nutrients, pollutants, sediments, litter into the lake. The water quality has declined, invasive carp have disturbed the lake, harmful bacteria have become an ongoing concern, and aquatic weeds have spread, especially the Singapore daisy. Every heavy rainfall washes more pollution into the system. This is the main drain from the Sea Cliffs development. It drains down under the road, uninterrupted, and straight into Bird Lake. The problem with that is everything that everybody does in their driveways, washing their dog, cleaning their car, everything in the streets ends up here. The important thing to understand is that Bird Lake isn't an isolated pond. Everything that enters this lake eventually flows into the Tallow Creek, through the wetlands, past Arakwal National Park, and ultimately into the Cape Byron Marine Park. This is the start of an internationally significant ecological corridor. Jingiwala, we're coming to you from Arakwal country. Behind me are the Arakwal waters of the Bundjalung. These waters form part of the protected habitat of the Cape Byron Marine Park. To our south, the tail heads up to Shell Service Station under the road into the retention pond and joins the tributaries that run through my land. To the north, they head up through Crystal Brook Resort under the road and connect with Bird Lake. What we see on the northern arm of Tallow Creek is vast amounts of cyanobacteria creating blue-green algae, often called the silent killer because their blooms can appear harmless while releasing toxins and stripping oxygen from the water, causing widespread ecological damage before the full impacts become visible as fish kills. If we really want to pay our respects to the Arakwal, we will clean up Bird Lake. The good news is that the solutions already exist. Across Australia, councils are restoring urban lakes using nature-based infrastructure. Biofiltration systems and bioretention basins remove nutrients, sediments, pollutants before they reach the waterways. Constructed wetlands provide natural filtration while creating habitat for birds and native wildlife. Forebays capture coarse sediments before they enter the main lake, making maintenance easier and extending the life of the system. At the same time, we can remove invasive carp, restore native aquatic vegetation, improve community education, and involve local volunteers in monitoring and caring for the lake. Healthy waterways reduce pollution, improve biodiversity, make our public spaces more enjoyable, and build resilience against future climate impacts. This isn't a new idea. Scientific studies and council reports have identified these for years. What we're talking about now is moving from understanding the problem to delivering the solution. Bird Lake can become a demonstration project for Byron Shire, a place that shows how good science, community leadership, and practical environmental management can work together. The question isn't whether we know what to do. The real question is whether we're prepared to do it. If we improve water quality at the headwaters, we improve everything downstream. A project ready for delivery, scientific investigations into Bird Lake dates back to 2012. Over more than a decade, council and scientists, engineers and ecologists have undertaken immense due diligence. Thousands of pages of technical reports, water quality investigations, ecological assessments, biodiversity studies, stormwater management guidance and coastal management planning already exist. We've brought these together into a digital library so the evidence is accessible in one place. This is not just a project looking for science, it's a project waiting for delivery. Yesterday, while I was watching the footy, an advertisement came on that really caught my attention. A coach stood in the dressing rooms and said to his players, "You've done all the hard work. Now the real question is, can you deliver?" That immediately made me think of Bird Lake. The science has been done, the investigations have been done, the consultations have been done, council has acted. The question now is simple. Can we deliver? And I believe we can. In fact, Byron Shire Council already has shown what we can do. Our Mayor, Sarah Njai, helped lead the Sandhills Restoration Project. That project showed what happens when good science, community collaboration, environmental leadership come together. It restored habitat, improved water quality, and achieved national recognition. Bird Lake is our opportunity to build on that success and create another flagship restoration project for the Byron Shire. The challenges are well understood: invasive carp, nutrients, sediment, bacteria, noxious weeds, and declining habitat. The solutions are equally well understood: carp management, floating wetlands, biofiltration, revegetation, gross pollutant traps, improved stormwater treatment, community stewardship, and ongoing monitoring. The evidence exists, the pathway exists, the next opportunity exists and is right before us. Let's show what practical environmental leadership looks like, because everything is connected by water. If we restore the headwaters of the Tallow catchment, we strengthen the entire catchment. Thank you for your time and your commitment to our environment and your willingness to help turn years of science into action. There is nothing more important for our Shire than protecting the Arakwal National Park, the Cape Byron Marine Park, for the benefit of future generations. Respectfully, Kelly.